Hello, everyone. Good morning, Sunday morning. So, um, today we are um, going to talk about Unit 6, Staying in Shape. Okay. To begin with, we have a lot of activities. Okay. Let's listen to them.
Page 62. Exercise A. Vocabulary. Activities. Listen and repeat in the pauses.
Play basketball.
Go running.
Go swimming.
Play soccer.
Go bike riding.
Do aerobics.
Play golf.
Go dancing.
Go walking.
Take a shower.
Lift weights.
Cook dinner.
Clean the house.
Go shopping.
Study English.
Talk on the phone.
Watch TV.
Sleep.
So, now that we heard all of those activities, we can discuss about what we can do to keep in shape or to get in shape. Let's listen to a conversation that we have in here so that we can activate some new vocabulary and expressions. Let's listen to the conversation.
Page 63. Exercise C. Photo story. Read and listen to people talking about playing tennis.
Hi, Joy. What are you up to?
Lynn, how are you? I'm playing tennis actually in the park.
You play tennis? I didn't know that.
I do, about 3 times a week. Do you play?
Not as much as I'd like to.
Well, why don't we make a date to play sometime?
That would be great.
Hey, how about your husband? Would he like to come too?
No way. Ken's a real couch potato. He just watches TV and eats junk food. He's so out of shape.
Too bad. My husband's crazy about tennis.
Listen, I'm on my way home right now. Let's talk next week, okay?
Terrific.
So, the book is telling us that we should, we should focus on this vocabulary. What are you up to? Hey, Joy, what are you up to? Okay. We have in here, why don't we make a day to play some time? Why don't we, out of shape? He's so out of shape, and crazy about. My husband's crazy about tennis. So, we have, as for grammar, can and have to. We know how to use can already. We use it to express ability, permission, possibility, and have to express maybe some kind of obligation, maybe. Yeah, that's it. So we say, for example, I can't go to the park. I can go tomorrow. I have to play, I don't know, basketball twice a week. I don't have to go to the park, for example. As long as we know how to use these two verbs, these two modal verbs, we will follow the pace of this unit. So let's listen to a conversation, okay, related to people making plans, okay? Plan an activity. Let's listen to check how we can plan an activity with a friend or whoever.
Page 65. Conversation model. Exercise A. Read and listen to two people planning an activity together.
Hey, Phil, why don't we go bike riding sometime?
Great idea. When's good for you?
Tomorrow at 3?
Sorry, I can't. I have to meet my sister at the airport.
Well, how about Sunday afternoon at 2?
That sounds fine. See you then.
Okay, so we have in here how to polite, um, let's say, decline an invitation. So, sorry, I can't. I have to meet my sister at the airport. So, let's see, let's continue. We have some places for physical activities. Okay, let's listen to them.
Page 66. Vocabulary. Places for physical activities. Exercise A. Read and listen.
A park, a gym, a track, a pool, an athletic field, a golf course, a tennis court.
Okay, so park, gym. The tracks are the tracks that we run. Okay. Yeah, like for example, when you have music, okay, when you have a song, you can also call it a track. Okay, a soundtrack. Okay, so let's kind of find the word in Spanish for that from this explanation. A pool, a swimming pool, can also be called just a pool. An athletic field, okay, it's like where you play football, okay, like for example, where professional football players like Real Madrid or whatever they play football, they are big. And a golf course, okay, the name seems to be course, okay, and a tennis court, okay, so the name of the tennis field seems to be court. So, the present continuous and the simple present tense. Okay, I guess you know that we can use the present continuous for or to express things that are happening right now. Okay, like for example, right now I am teaching, right now I am studying English, but also for things that will happen in the future. Okay, that's called the immediate future. So, for example, what are you doing tonight? I'm making dinner at 8 and then I'm watching TV at 9, for example. So, we can use the present continuous for present activities and the present continuous for future activities. And we also have the frequency adverbs. Let's listen to them.
Page 66. Frequency adverbs. Listen and repeat in the pauses.
Always.
Almost always.
Usually. Often. Generally.
Sometimes. Occasionally.
Hardly ever.
Never.
Okay, and we have the grammar rule that says that we cannot use the present continuous with state verbs. For example, I am wanting, that is not logical, okay? I am needing, I am needing a pencil. That's not logical. You need it or not. I am liking this song. That's illogical. I am understanding right now. No, that's those are verbs that cannot be conjugated into. I mean, you can conjugate them, but you cannot use them in the present continuous tense or in the continuous tenses, or at least not grammatically. So let's listen to a conversation about habitual activities, habits. Okay, Let's see how these people express what they often do or they never do. Let's listen.
Page 67. Conversation model. Exercise A. Read and listen to two people talking about habitual activities.
Hey, Nancy. Where are you off to?
Hi, Trish. I'm going to the gym.
Really? Don't you usually go there on weekends?
Yes, but not this weekend.
How come?
Because this weekend I'm going to the beach.
Okay, so we could notice that they have um, where are you off to? So I looked for the word or for the expressions to be off to, and it seems to be similar to be going to. That is, according to this comment on internet, I found I am off to London is the same as I am going to London. I am off to fix my TV is the same as I am going to fix my TV. So I am off to is I am going to. So in the case of the conversation we had, where are you off to? Where are you going to? And that is the way to understand this situation. Okay, now we have um, lesson 3, discuss fitness and eating habits. Okay, we have in here a survey. Okay, we have a survey about our habits. Okay, fitness and eating habits. We can make the survey in class. Okay, and we have a reading activity that we're going to make it a listening activity because we are listening right now. Describe someone's routines. Let's listen to these articles, and we could discuss a little bit about them in class because they are really interesting. Um, when you think you can't, okay, Mark Zupan and Bethany Hamilton. Apparently, they are people that have some kind of difficulty to do sports, but they overcame it and they did. They became great athletes. So let's listen.
Page 70. Reading. Read and listen. When you think you can't,
Mark Zupan. A terrible accident in 1993 made Mark Zupan a quadriplegic and changed his life forever. He cannot move his arms or legs normally, and he has to take medication so his legs don't shake. However, after a lot of hard work, he can now use his arms to move his wheelchair, and he can even stand for a short time and take a few slow steps. Zupan, or Zoop to his friends, plays quad rugby, a sport for people in wheelchairs. He's a quad rugby champion, winning a gold medal in the 2008 Paralympic Games. I dream about running all the time, he says, but you can't live in the past. Today, Zupan gives talks and raises money for his sport. Anyone who spends time with him forgets that he's in a wheelchair. He lifts weights at the gym every day, drives a car, and goes to rock concerts. A lot of people think quadriplegics can't do anything, he says. To stay in shape, Zupan is careful about his diet and avoids unhealthy and fatty foods. Just think of me as a human being and an athlete, because that's who I am.
Bethany Hamilton. Surfer Bethany Hamilton had a dream. She wanted to be a champion in her sport, but in 2003, she lost her left arm when she was attacked by a shark in Hawaii. 3 weeks later, she was surfing again. Because she can only use one arm, she has to use her legs more to help her go in the right direction. She's a strong competitive surfer, winning first place in 2005 in the NSSA National Championships. She appears on TV and writes books about her experience. Hamilton wants to help other people follow their dreams, even when they face great difficulties. People can do whatever they want if they just set their hearts to it and just never give up. Just go out there and do it, she says.
Okay, so we met these two people, and maybe we have some vocabulary in there or things that we are not acquainted with so far. So anyway, that's a listening activity that takes us to conversation topics. Okay, so describe someone's routines. Okay, this is something that we can express in order to make kind of a presentation, maybe. You can, for example, talk about a relative of yours, your son, your grandson, your sister, I don't know, your friend, and tell me or tell the class what they do and how often. That would be interesting. So finally, we finish the class as often with the sitcom and the song. Okay, so let's listen to the sitcom.
What are you doing?
I'm exercising.
Don't you have some work to do?
I am working. I'm working and exercising.
What work are you doing?
I'm thinking.
About what?
About ideas for Mrs. Beatty's vacation.
And what are you thinking?
Beach vacation!
I have to finish this. Can you go exercise somewhere else?
No problem.
What are you doing?
I'm getting in shape.
Why are you doing that here? Why don't you go to a gym? Or the park? Or outside? Or home?
I don't have time to go to the gym.
I can't work when you do that. Can you go over there?
No problem.
Bob, what are you doing?
I'm working.
Then why are you running?
To get in shape. Running burns a lot of calories.
Exercise later. Work now, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically the language in here is what are you doing? Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? I am exercising. I am getting in shape. I am working out, whatever. So it has a second scene, the sitcom. So let's take a look.
I'm meeting a client at the cafe for lunch, Marie.
Okay.
So, what do you do to stay in shape?
I generally go running in the morning. I do aerobics 2 nights a week. I always play tennis or golf on the weekends. And I usually go bike riding every Sunday if the weather is good.
You don't lift weights?
No.
Oh, you have to lift weights to really stay in shape.
I don't like to go to a gym.
You don't have to go to a gym to lift weights. You can lift weights anywhere, like this. Or this. Or even this.
Ah,
Maybe not that.
thanks for the suggestions.
Hey, why don't we go running together sometime?
Okay, where do you run?
To the park. And back.
Oh,
Where do you run?
to the park. And then to the market. Then to Symphony Hall. Then to Harper Street. Then to the library. Then to the theater. And then back.
Oh,
So, do you want to go running after work today?
gotta meet a friend for dinner.
Some other time then.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, can you answer the phones for a while? I have to go to the post office and you're the only one here.
No problem.
Okay, so basically the language in here in this second scene was I have to go, I have to do something, for example. The boy says I gotta go. That is an abbreviation for I have got to do something. And we have the future, okay? I am, at the beginning, the boss says something like, I am, I don't know, making some copies. So he's going to do that in the future. And we have the routine. What do you do to stay in shape? Well, I usually go running, I often play sports, etc. So that's the language we have in here. Let's listen to the on-street interviews, okay? Those are interviews, real life conversations. So let's see what people say. Do you like to exercise? Is the question.
Are you an exercise fan?
Yes, I love to run. I run in the morning before work, and I run on Saturdays and Sundays along the river and through the park.
Are you a fan of exercise?
Not really.
So, Rita, would you consider yourself a couch potato?
No, I'm not a couch potato. Absolutely not. I hate to exercise.
So, do you actually have a routine that you follow?
Every day, yes. We go out, I go to the park and meet people who are in my age group. They're 80, 60, 70. We have quite a number of 80s and 190-year-old. And we either walk or we run for about 3.5 miles.
And I go to the park when I'm not, no, 3 days a week I go to the pool and walk in the water. And the rest of the time I go to the park and walk.
How often do you do Tai Chi?
About once a week.
So, do you feel exercise is important?
Yes, I think it's important.
But not enough to do it more than once a week?
Well, to be honest, I'm very lazy. That's why. I wish I could do more exercise. Maybe I should, starting from today.
So basically, it's like the situation is we are at the airport and some stranger wants to chat, and he or she starts like, what do you do to stay in shape? What's your exercise routine? Do you like exercising? Do you like, I don't know, sports, physical activity? Do you consider it's important or not? And we are supposed to know or to be able to answer to those questions. So now let's go to the pop song, okay? And let's listen if we can get some extra vocabulary or extra practice in there. As a recommendation, I could suggest you to, for example, listen to this part and try to make a dictation of the song, because the song seems to be, I don't know if the song is fast or slow, but it tends to be slow enough so you can take a dictation. So let's see, let's listen. Don't worry if you don't do it for today, you can do it for next week.
The couch potato sits around, eats junk food by the pound. It's just a typical day. Watching as the world goes by, he's out of shape and wonders why. It's just a typical day. Every night he dreams that he's skydiving through the air. And sometimes you appear. He says, what are you doing here? He cleans the house and plays guitar, takes a shower, drives the car. It's just a typical day. He watches TV all alone, reads and sleeps, talks on the phone. It's just a typical day. Every night he dreams that he's skydiving through the air. And sometimes you appear. He says, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, Mr. Couch Potato's resting right now. Can he call you back? He usually lies down every day of the week, and he always has to have a snack. Now all his dreams are coming true. He's making plans to be with you. It's just a typical day. He goes dancing once a week. He's at the theater as we speak. It's just a typical day. Every night he dreams that he's skydiving through the air. And sometimes you appear. He says, what are you doing here?
So, the song for this unit didn't make absolutely no sense. It didn't make any sense, but well, this just for practice. So, let's meet on Monday and maybe on Wednesday. And well, that's it for today. Catch you later.